Richard Dawson Kiel was an American actor, voice artist, and comedian, best known for his role as Jaws in the James Bond franchise, in which he played the character in The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker. He was known for roles in The Longest Yard, Silver Streak, Force 10 from Navarone, Pale Rider, and as Mr. Larson in Happy Gilmore. In television, he appeared as the Canomite alien in the classic The Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man, and as Dr. Miguelito Loveless' assistant, Voltaire, in first-season episodes of The Wild Wild West. Career. Kiel made his acting debut in the Laramie episode, Street of Hate. He also acted in an unaired TV pilot featuring Lee Falk's superhero The Phantom, where Kiel portrayed an assassin called Big Mike. Before film and television, Kiel worked in numerous jobs, including a nightclub bouncer and a cemetery plot salesman. Kiel broke into films in the early 1960s with Eager, which was later featured on Elvira's movie Macabre and Mystery Science Theater 3000, as were The Phantom Planet and The Human Duplicators. He also produced, co-wrote, and starred in The Giant to Thunder Mountain. Kiel appeared as the towering, and lethal, assistant Voltaire to Dr. Miguelito Loveless in first-season episodes of The Wild Wild West. He later appeared in the episode, The Night of the Simian Terror, as Dimmers, the outcast son of a wealthy family, banished because of birth defects that distorted his body and apparently affected his mind. This episode is significant because it allowed Kiel the opportunity to really act rather than just look intimidating. Kiel also had a cameo role in a 1961 episode of The Rifleman. From 1963 to 1965, Kiel worked as a night school math instructor in Burbank, California. In The Man from U.N.C.L.E. episode, The Vulcan Affair, Kiel appeared as a guard in Vulcan's plant, and he portrayed Mary in The Hong Kong Shilling Affair. In 1967 he played a monster in an episode of The Monkees. He portrayed Rhea in Silver Streak. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kiel were the original choices to portray the title character in The Incredible Hulk. Schwarzenegger was turned down due to his height. Kiel participated in the filming of the pilot. During the shoot, producers decided their Hulk needed to be muscular rather than just towering, and Kiel was dismissed because he possessed more body fat than the producers deemed necessary. According to a Den of Geek interview, Kiel, who saw properly out of only one eye, also reacted badly to the contact lenses used for the role, and found the green makeup difficult to remove, so he did not mind losing the part. All recognizable footage of Kiel was cut, except one scene where the Hulk saves the little girl from drowning. The scenes were then reshot with Lou Ferrigno. He has appeared on many other television episodes, such as Laramie, I Dream of Jeannie, Honey West, Gilligan's Island, The Monkees, Daniel Boone, Emergency, Starsky and Hutch, Land of the Lost, The Fall Guy, and Simon & Simon. The James Bond film producers spotted Kiel in Barbary Coast and thought he was ideal for the role of Jaws in The Spy Who Loved Me. He was one of the few Bond villains to appear in 2 Bond films, later appearing in Moonraker. He reprised his role of Jaws in the video game called James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing, supplying his voice and likeness. Personal life. Kiel's height and features were a result of a hormonal condition known as gigantism. In his prime, Kiel stood 7 feet 1.5 inches tall. He noted in his 2002 autobiography Making It Big in the Movies that he used to state that he was 7 feet 2 inches because it was easier to remember. He suffered from acrophobia, and during the cable car stunt scenes in Moonraker, a stunt double was used because Kiel refused to be filmed on the top of a cable car over 2,000 feet above the ground. In 1992, Kiel suffered a severe head injury in a car accident, which affected his balance. He was subsequently forced to walk with a cane to support himself. Afterwards, Kiel used a scooter or wheelchair. Kiel was married to Diane for 40 years, and at the time of his death had 4 children, and 9 grandchildren. He co-authored a biography of the abolitionist Cassius Marcellus Clay called Kentucky Lion. Kiel was also a born-again Christian. His website states that his religious conversion helped him to overcome alcoholism. Death. On September 10, 2014, 3 days short of his 75th birthday, Kiel died at St. Agnes Medical Center in Fresno, California, of acute myocardial infarction possibly caused by coronary artery disease. Filmography. Features television, video games.